Welcome to the Bubba Army YouTube channel. Lummy, have you heard back from your JVC people at all?
No, I have not.
Lummy, now you know you got to follow up your request with an email.
Oh no, I know. I've sent a tweet, a Twitter message, whatever.
What?
A what?
What do you call it? A tweet?
We don't know what you call it.
Yeah,
we don't know what you.
We don't know what you did.
Well, no. I'll tell you what he did. Nothing, and he's trying to cover his ass right now. If I catch you in a lie, you're in trouble. You lying right now? A little bit. You haven't really sent nothing, now have you?
No.
Work with me, buddy.
I'm working with you.
Don't get me riled up, and I catch you in a lie.
No, riled up. Sorry.
I want to know the truth. You've done nothing.
I've done nothing. And Fast Freddy Hamburger's dead.
What?
I looked him up. I've asked if he was still alive. He passed away.
Fred Homburg, Warsaw, Indiana?
Yeah.
What's it say? Read his obituary, please.
Oh, I can't because I don't have him not linked up to
whatever. Another
Ancestor.
So
no,
anyway,
he died in 1993.
Ancestor?
He died in 93.
That's what it says. March 31st,
11 years.
1993.
That was 9 years after he handled me.
That's probably why.
I killed him. So, Lummy.
Good job, Bubba.
Lummy, you know everybody at 1031 in JVC.
Yep.
Probably heard your stupid request. They're familiar with your music festival. But you can't expect a big-time star like Bo Reynolds or Wolfie or the Rose Guy or the hot general manager.
They're just waiting for that email.
Yep.
They think they're the ones that are supposed to reach out to you and say, "Oh, Lummy, we heard your request. Yeah, we got." No, I mean they got lives and things. They're not going to mark out to some buffoon like yourself.
Maybe Rose Guy.
Yeah, have some initiative.
Yes, I will send them a nice email today.
Who you sending what?
I was gonna send it to start out with the hot GM and the Rose Guy.
No, that's not. You start out with Bo Reynolds, Wolfie first with Bo Reynolds and the hot GM attached.
Okay.
Hey guys, don't know if you heard the show or not. Are you taking these notes down?
Yes,
I'm pretty
I
much
am.
laying it out for you, dumbass.
Yeah, I'm taking.
Hey guys, don't know if you heard the show or not, but as part of an on-air gimmick bit skit, we had me act like I was writing a letter to you requesting credentials or passes to the music festival that I don't know if you're sponsoring or not, but if you are, is there any availability for tickets or just whatever?
Yes.
Don't put just whatever.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Right.
All right, so I just kind of laid it out. So you go now. You go.
Okay.
Dear
Wolfie and Bo Reynolds, part of an on-air skit that we did the other morning.
How about the beautiful general manager?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to try to find out her name and then put it in there to make her feel more special.
Rhonda. We're calling her Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Oh.
Dear Wolfie, Bo Reynolds, and Rhonda, part of an on-air...
Selling Sally. Let's call her Selling.
Seller Sally.
Selling
Sally.
Yes, because she's out there, really...
Or you could call her name Brenda.
Oh, it's Brenda. Okay.
Yeah, just go with Brenda.
Okay, Brenda.
She's a market veteran. And make sure you disclose the fact she's a market veteran.
Dear,
And very seasoned market veteran, Brenda. Right from the top. Dear...
Wolfie and Bo Reynolds and the very seasoned marketing veteran, Brenda.
Not marketing. She's a veteran of the market.
Oh, veteran of the market.
The market, Fort Walton Beach. She's
Yeah,
a
she's
veteran
been there
of the
for
market.
over 2 decades.
Yeah, she's been there for,
Dear Wolfie and Bo Reynolds, and the very seasoned veteran of the market, Brenda.
Oh, market veteran.
Market veteran.
You got to be a little bit more patient with the special ones.
Yes, might help me get the.
I heard that Brenda's a veterinarian.
Yeah.
Or a veteran of the war. Which war did you serve in, Brenda?
I like World War II.
Ask me anything. Maybe that's what we can go for on tickets. If you can stop me on World War II, I won't get no tickets.
Can we do some trivia?
So,
Would you like to do a by Lummy's trivia sponsored by a World War II trivia? I don't know.
There we go.
Let me go ahead.
Okay, dear Wolfie.
You got me scrambled now,
Sorry.
Lummy. Jesus. God, your stupidity is coming off on me.
It's contagious. Dear Wolfie, Bo Reynolds, and the very seasoned market veteran, Brenda.
Yeah, so far, so far, so good.
Part of an on-air skit that we did Monday morning. Ivory was requesting Pepsi Jam tickets that I'm sure you guys are sponsoring. We would love to know if I can get backstage passes or VIP tickets.
We need to get him that fecal transplant as soon as possible, man.
Lummy.
We need to supercharge his brain.
Get another Dan moment. Dan trying to be funny, but falling on the face. So now, Lummy, you don't ask for backstage. Like, you don't ask for. You just say anything that
You say
could,
like press passes.
anything that you could potentially arrange, media passes,
Right.
press
VIP or better. Make sure you say that.
VIP or better.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Lummy, don't say that.
At a minimum, VIP.
Well, that's what I was told.
Lummy,
Yeah.
Lummy, just say anything you can arrange would be appreciated.
Okay.
Dan, isn't
Right.
that's like,
But say I'm
That's
not
pleasant.
I'm not going all the way up there just for regular ass tickets.
Yeah.
So make sure you put that in
no,
there.
Lummy, no. Lummy, it's Lummy. Big time. Big
I'm
time.
not driving 7 hours for some jobber Willie
Okay,
tickets.
Lummy.
State your writer.
Lummy, it's implied.
Green
okay?
M&Ms
Yeah.
only.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
It's
No green
It's,
Skittles either. I like Skittles.
it's
now.
implied, Lummy. Big time
Okay.
stars like you is not going to get jobbed out. Please.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead, pick it back up.
Dear Woofy and Bo Reynolds, with a very seasoned market veteran, Brenda, part of an on-air skit that we did on Monday morning, I was requesting tickets or anything you could provide for the Pepsi Jam that I'm sure you guys are sponsored, as you are the #1 country station in the Panhandle.
That is a runoff
Yeah.
sentence.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, I got commas
What's
and periods
not?
in there.
I would just like
Do you just randomly just put commas
I'm
and
fine.
periods?
You know, I'll just do this. Dear Woofy,
Those are
Bo Reynolds,
apostrophes,
the
Lummy.
very seasoned veteran, the market veteran. We did a skit. I want to come to the Pepsi Jam. Hook me up. Sign Lummy.
don't make it that rude.
Oh no! I mean, I put like a thank you for everything else
All
you
right,
do.
listen, you write it, and give it to me.
Okay.
Email it to me first, and then
Okay.
we can go through it tomorrow.
Okay.
So, but write it all up. Either print it. Yeah, print it for me.
How long do you think I should make it?
I don't know.
Like a couple sentences?
I don't,
5 sentences
how
tops.
long? How long was what I just said?
About 3 sentences. So
No, probably about 3 or 4 sentences, like
Yeah.
a small little
a
paragraph.
couple periods and a couple commas there.
What? I'm not-
I'll just throw them in. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where the periods and commas are, as long
No,
as I got
no.
2 and 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me.
Have to be an even number. Remember.
Oh, okay.
No.
Even
Oh
number.
my God.
Let me.
That comes from a doctor and a lawyer.
Yeah. He's also very douchey today. We talked about his helicopter and other things.
Not a doctor of grammar.
Oh.
My
So-
grammar's flawless.
Is it really?
Yes, I have excellent grammar. My mom was an English teacher. I was invited to be on law review 3 times because I had such good grammar. My first paper in law school was zero corrections by the teacher. I mean, it was perfect. I have great grammar.
You're so smart. I have
No,
more.
but I have good grammar. I just don't like doing the editing on a computer because you can't see the difference between a comma and a period on a computer screen when it's 8-point type. I don't like it. It's torture for me.
Okay, buddy.
But I'm good at
This is
grammar.
an inner struggle you have. I'm not trying
Obviously, it
to.
is.
I'm not even trying to
Now
get
you
up
can
that
increase the
business.
font
My
size.
Lord, chill out, Grandpa.
Comma.
So, Lummy, you write that
Yes,
and have
sir.
it printed for me.
Okay.
For me to read tomorrow.
Yes,
And
sir.
so that tomorrow would be Wednesday, and potentially you could have it sent, tomorrow after the, as soon as I approve it.
Yes, I'll send it off.
But we're going to very much refine it and make sure that it's good before we send to our fine, JVC brethren up in Fort Walton Beach.
Great.
All right, buddy?
Will do.
The office manager forgot his request and still held a birthday
Conveniently.
party for Burling. That triggered a panic attack, and he left and spent his lunch hour in his car. His bosses held a meeting about the incident.
Man, what a turnaround from a surprise birthday party to having lunch in your car. You do
To
got
being
issues.
fired.
triggering
They fired him
another
because
attack.
of it.
A week
At
later.
that point, company management
I really, honest to God, thought panic attacks were stupid and like they never existed, and that like anybody who says they're having a panic attack just can't is like a paper tiger, and like you should never really have a panic attack over just stupid stuff. And then I had one
Mhm.
What was your stupid stuff that triggered you?
when I went into that closed tube.
That's not. That's a
MRI.
real. No. That's a real
MRI.
MRI. That's a real panic attack because it's all upon you.
That's what he's
And
saying.
it's-
No, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly what he's saying.
But
what
a
I'm
panic
saying.
attack because someone tried to throw a birthday party for you is not a real panic
Yeah,
attack.
but hold on.
I don't know that.
differentiating.
To you.
Whatever.
This guy obviously had issues. He went to the
Well,
office manager and said, "Don't throw me a
I
party.
hold
I'll
on.
freak
I was
out."
trying to stick up for this guy by saying I used to think panic attacks were for pussies,
Right.
but I had one.
Right.
And went and like wow, and be like, I thought if somebody was to ask me 3 years ago, you think you'll ever have a panic attack? I'd be like, no way. Panic attacks are for paper tigers.
I'm industrial strength,
I'm
bitch.
industrial strength, buddy. Please.
Dr. Dan, do you ever have panic attacks?
I had one invisible fire attack And it was, again, it was something physically constricting me. It's different than someone saying, it's sticks and stones. Someone says something
to you, Dan.
To you.
Anyone that's triggered by a party or someone saying something like that and has a panic attack based on something happy and fun to most human beings is a pussy.
You just
Sorry.
said to most.
Pussy. But if you're stuck in an MRI or you're bound in a race car and you can't get out, I can understand a panic attack in that situation because you're being physically constrained. No one just said something that your ears couldn't tolerate, Bubba. It triggered a panic attack.
He doesn't
It's
like
ridiculous.
surprises.
Whatever. Guy's a pussy.
Whatever.
Never
Man,
said he
he's-
wasn't,
I'm just taking a step back and letting him go, buddy.
My invisible fire,
My
Bubba,
Lord.
I was trying to get into a race car. The seat was in the wrong spot. The seatbelts were twisted. I'm trying to do it. I had a brand new helmet with really big cheek pads that were constricting my cheeks. Every time I opened my mouth, my cheeks would get stuck between my teeth.
I feel
The
so
strap
bad for
was
you.
too nice. I was
Yeah.
choking myself out, and it was 100 degrees in the sun.
Wah, it was hot in my race car.
My race car, my race
I couldn't get out of my race car.
I mean,
You
choking
pussy,
myself
Dan.
out.
have you ever thought about the guy that was triggered over the surprise birthday party would not freak out on your instance? Like
He would have. He would have been
I mean,
choking out.
But anyway, back to my point.
A
and the
birthday
fact-
candle triggered him.
Listen, back to my fact, and that I used to think that panic attacks did not exist for anybody, and I had one. I had a real panic attack, and so then now I have a far different,
Understanding.
understanding as when somebody, your body is going through a panic attack. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what triggers.
Well, it's different for different people.
I think some people have some pussy, false, fake triggers, and they're using panic attacks just to say they're panic attacking.
Sure.
And then I think there's some real people that, maybe even some stupid stuff like this could potentially trigger you.
Yep.
I mean,
Especially if you made the request beforehand. Hey, listen, I got an issue. Please
Right.
don't throw me a party.
right. I mean, there's probably many a men that have been able to go to an MRI, real tight tube, like it's a walk in the park and no big deal, and think that I'm a pussy because I panic attacked on one time. I'm sure that there's,
Different people have different triggers.
Well, Anna, have you ever had a panic attack?
Once. Yeah.
What triggered it?
What was your panic attack?
It was like a family finance thing, Kicker, Michigan. It was just, I was in a really bad state of mind.
Okay, well, we've talked about our panic attacks. I mean, is yours out of bounds?
No, it's not out of bounds. I don't really remember exactly what was. I think it was just, I think I was doing really, really bad financially. I hated my life. Grad school wasn't working out. And
That's
then
85% of America.
I know. Well, I'm just telling you what mine was about. You told me to tell you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. So you're
Yeah.
broke. Your school sucks.
Yeah,
You're in Detroit.
Yeah, and also I was trying to get a new car before winter. And by new car, I mean like new car for me. It would have been a
Right.
used car.
Which
but
would have been probably the guy before Gus.
yeah, and I was trying to get it before winter, before it started snowing, because I had so many scary moments with my older car the winter prior, and like I would just spin out, the car would stop working, I'd be just like, it was just horrible.
Like near wreck type deal.
Yeah, no, I'd be like on a highway, like on a freeway, and then you just start spinning,
Right.
and then if it's bad visibility, then people can't see you, so then they just hit. That's how pileups happen.
Right.
So it was just really scary, and I was like, I'm gonna die on the road, and I can't get to work, and then my dad got mad at me, and we weren't talking, and I freaked out.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, Bubba, I just got a comment for Dr. Dan. He will call somebody a pussy for having a panic attack. Yeah, he's a pussy because they call him Dr. Wiener on Twitch, and he can't stand it.
Guy makes an interesting point, Dan.
I didn't have a panic attack.
Dan, you had a flip out, what you had.
I can still flip out.
You had a meltdown.
Flipping out's different than a
Dan,
panic
I
attack.
got to call it like it is, my
Okay.
friend. I mean, the guy, you did have a mild meltdown on a guy that called you Dark Match Anthony Weiner.
Right.
I mean, you flipped out, had the guy banned, the whole 9 yards. I mean, so to each its own. You're being somewhat hypocritical.
Okay, well, just don't write a letter to me in all capitals so you don't trigger me.
Teachers told him to leave for the
And
weekend.
he doubles down again. God almighty. We may have to
That's gonna bring.
cut Dan to Mondays only.
Oh, come on.
I mean, just running. I mean, you're just shot out of a cannon today of meanness. You got to be nicer.
Okay.
You got so much going for you.
That's Bubba telling you that too, man.
That's
Yeah.
that's your friend.
Should be a wake up call.
Yeah. That's your
This
friend.
guy's telling you
Like I'm
how
telling
to act
you,
more couth.
you got to be a little nicer.
Okay.
You're just so stiff, and the radio show's making you stiffer now because now you have a forum of stiffness.
Oh, I can't wait to hear those old interviews when Dan would come in and be stiff man
Oh,
from
yeah,
back in the
good
day.
luck.
The ones that Lummy's listening to.
Oh, sorry, Lummy, are you coming up the
He's not
greatest?
stiff at all.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, you
No,
mean
no,
like?
no.
Oh, you mean like? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like when he's
No.
like stuck up.
Oh yeah, Bubba, I am.
Are you working on a best of Dan Diaco?
Yes, I am.
Oh, great.
He is such a nerd.
And then subsequently fired him.
like Dan, this radio show, Dan, this radio show has kind of turned you into a monster.
No, I'm still laughing at myself, you guys.
Yeah, we don't care.
I'm such a good sport about you guys teasing me.
Dan, we're not teasing you. It's a shoot.
Okay. To
Meaning
me,
like,
it's just teasing me.
well, that's how narcissistic you are, and the fact that we're trying to tell you need to back it down a little bit,
Okay.
and you're trying to double down on it, thinking it's funny. Like you're being very mean-spirited nowadays. You're very mean. You got to be a little less mean. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So sorry.
Telling him
This just got uncomfortable.
they were worried about him being angry and possibly becoming violent. Burling declined interview requests. His lawyer, Tony Bucher, says the company apparently was more concerned about others than his
So
client's
did he get $450,000?
Yes,
Yes.
he was awarded.
He got
Yep.
okay.
well-being.
They started giving him a pretty hard time for
He was like the Milton of the
Yes,
of the
he
place.
was.
So
All right.
and then they fired him though because of it,
because they were then afraid for the safety of the other employees.
based on absolutely nothing.
because they thought he would turn violent because they
Right.
were bullying him.
for his response to the birthday celebration, actually accusing him of stealing his coworker's joy.
A jury believed Burling.
Hold on. You stole
You stole our joy.
Sally's joy.
Yeah.
Our countersuit is that you stole our joy.
Yeah,
And
larceny.
this week awarded him $450,000 in damages, including $300,000 for mental anguish.
Yeah.
Let's
That
go.
judgment was filed Friday with the court, but it's still not official yet, since Gravity could still appeal, and Bucher is planning to ask the company to pay legal fees as well.
Whew.
Bucher says Burling had been a model employee and missed out on a huge opportunity as Gravity has seen massive growth with its COVID testing in Covington and throughout Kentucky.
This may sound cliche to say that the money was really secondary in this thing. It was a big step for someone that doesn't like that type of attention to stand up in front of 12 jurors and stand up for himself.
There are 12 jurors.
He went to
It's not
jail.
a capital case. There's 6 jurors. This lawyer is talking about 12 jurors, and he's... What an idiot.
Dan, do you know for a fact that indeed the guy did not get tried and that the trial was not in front of 12 jurors? It's
They
different
never
state-
do 12 jurors for a civil case. It doesn't happen.
Different states have different rules.
Okay, it was in Kentucky.
Well, I would have
It
Lummy.
was in Kentucky.
I know.
Yeah.
I understand it was in Kentucky.
Okay.
Hey, Alexa, how many jurors are in a civil trial in the state of Kentucky?
This might answer your question. Kentucky is itself a state in the United States.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I knew it was a state.
Nice.
What-
No
Hey,
further questions,
hey,
Alexa. Thank
hey,
you.
Alexa, within the judicial... within,
Let me think.
let me be. Go ahead. Alexa, cancel.
A jury for Kentucky civil court contains 12 jurors.
Yes.
Way to douche it out, Dan. Wait,
Sorry,
I mean,
Dr.
Dan,
Dan.
it's just an example. Right there, just another example. You double down. This reporter's a dick. This lawyer's wrong.
But in a district civil court, it contains 6. So the circuit civil court
Well,
has 12.
Well, this was probably in the circuit.
So it got to a second court
That type
already?
Well, hold on.
Attention to stand up in front of 12 jurors.
This is the lawyer who tried the case. You don't think he knows how many lawyers were there? I mean, how many jurors are there, Danny?
Attention to stand up in front of
Right now, Jay's just like, oh my God,
I know.
Danny's really. Jay's most mad at you right now. Like, you know what?
Probably.
Jay's probably gonna text you and tell you
Hasn't.
turn it down a notch, buddy. Turn it down. What are you on today? You might want to change that concoction up. This is the stiff being a dick.
Yeah, I started with a caffeine-free
12
Diet Pepsi. It threw me off this morning.
jurors and stand up.
That's the issue.
You should have to maybe
White
have to
paper tiger.
apologize to this guy. You called this. I mean, if I remember right.
What court did he file it in? They showed the
I think you
paperwork.
may have called him a douchebag or an idiot. I think you may have called a fellow lawyer a douchebag or an idiot. I think you might have.
I might have. But can you go to the screenshot of the
Jay, I need some help
pleading here to see
Jay,
what court
why
it was
do I
in?
got to babysit for 4 hours twice a week? My God, I better get me I need to get me a goddamn Diaco Trust Fund check for keeping this guy off the streets for 8 hours. I mean, who else would deal with this nonsense? Poor Ramina? I should be getting a VIG on keeping, I mean, I'm having to babysit Dan for 8 hours a week and keep him under control. Otherwise, he'd be in the carriage house pent up. This would be, this furor would be released probably.
Furor.
This furor that he has, this internal furor that he has would be released upon either his family, his brothers, or his employees. And I'm sitting here taking it.
It was a big step for someone that doesn't like that type of attention to stand up in front of 12 jurors.
That guy's an idiot. He's a douchebag. Everybody knows that in a civil proceeding, there's only 6. Even though you're not licensed to practice law in Kentucky.
Nope.
And you're probably not familiar with some Kentucky laws.
Nope.
That are not on the same laws as the 13th Circuit or the 6th Circuit or anybody else or any other place in Florida that you could potentially be a lawyer in. And you don't even really have that much experience of being a lawyer. This guy's probably got 30 years being a lawyer. You got like 3.
You're triggering me, Bubba.
It looks like it's.
Yeah, because you know what? The truth triggers you, bitch. You can't handle the truth.
It was in the
You
circuit
can't-
court.
You can't handle
That's
the
12.
truth.
Circuit 12. District
12.
Yep.
6.
Kenton Circuit
12.
Court.
Yep.
Circuit court.
Division
you
4.
You can't handle the truth.
That's what triggers you, Dan.
You can't handle the truth.
I'd like to know, Lummy, for Jackson to go back and look at the notes and tell us what Dan called this guy.
Oh,
Dan's
I said something.
Dan's outburst when this guy said it takes a very courageous man to stand in front of a jury of 12 and say that I'm a weirdo.
It's
And
probably a Zoom trial.
Dan got all up in it. Doubled down on the doucheness and the stiffness.
Probably didn't have to stand in front of the jury. Probably it was a Zoom trial.
Attention to stand up in front of 12 jurors.
Just doubling down.
Technically,
further.
Dan's right. This guy's a liar. There was 13 jurors.
And stand
They had an alternate.
up.
Jay, man, seriously.
Yeah.
You need to come in guns a-blazing saying, Dan, back it down. Do I need to get Steve involved?
Oh, God.
Now,
No.
we've not
There goes
heard
the
back from
helicopter.
leaders.
I'm sending this tape to Steve. And I'm going to say, Dear Steve, you wonder why? I mean, it's getting worse, buddy. I know you always have me keep an eye on him.
Oh,
but he
no.
is really, you know.
On a couple of the last days, one of the jurors were ill, so it really was 12, it says.
Oh.
It wasn't 6, I'll
Yep.
tell you that.
Good thing
gravity
they had that
after leaving.
alternate.
Mm-hmm.
Several messages seeking comment today. Bucher says his client is doing well, but suffered more attacks after the incident and is still in therapy. Back to you guys.
James, thank you. Attorneys for
You know, nothing's more small market than back to you guys. It should just be seamless. And then a close-up with Hirschnoz. Look at this.
James, thank you.
Whoa.
Oh.
What does they show the guy again?
Attorneys
I
for
hope they show
Kevin or whatever his name is?
smooth-ass Kevin. Kevin's the only thing saving this entire broadcast. I'm just telling you that right now.
Gravity Diagnostics have until next week to file a response to the judgment. And you can read the full lawsuit and the final judgment inside the story. It's posted at our website, local12.com.
The quote from Dr. Dan from the notes is, quote, "What an idiot," with an exclamation mark.
Everybody knows.
I stand corrected.
And the
And I stand. I'm not cowering.
it says they introduced evidence and they offered no rebuttal.
Oh, meaning the company?
Yeah.
They just like, okay, yeah, that happened. Maybe they thought it was such a joke of a deal that they don't even have to come back, that it speaks volumes in itself. Their actions of trying to throw a surprise party for a guy, it's so outlandish that we're even here in court that we don't have to present any evidence because our evidence is that evidence. But they got their ass kicked on the deal, did they not?
Yep. The jury deliberated for about an hour to an hour and a half.
Lummy, I will tell you that I spent some time by the pond reflecting yesterday.
Nice.
And I got some observations.
Yes, sir.
One, I think there are some fish in there.
Woohoo! You saw him?
I think I did.
3 of them. There's 4 that come up right now to the because they're.
Well, now hold on.
What are their names?
They always
Lummy.
Great. Now
What
they're
are you,
dead.
what are you, George Foreman? Where you have to have like nine.
Well, yeah.
nine George
He
Foremans?
names all the ducks after himself.
Yeah, but the ducks are gone. There's only this one
That's
duck.
Lummy.
That's what happens after you name something after it.
They die.
No, hold
yeah,
on.
they all die.
Lummy, there's only now that's the original Lummy because
No, that's the baby. That's Lummy too.
But that one is looking old already.
Well, that's because all these retired guys come in and just like lay the wood to her.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that Lummy, the one duck out there is was
offspring.
originally one of the female ducks of the original Lummy.
Yep.
And then she was one of only like 3 that made it.
Yep.
And then she had like 9 ducks.
Yep.
And they're all gone.
Yeah.
Now have they died or have they just left?
They've left. They one comes back every once in a while, but man, there's all these male ducks. Like every other day, there's a new one. And
Blasting her.
Oh, they just get after it.
Really?
Yeah.
And when does this accosting take
What
place?
do we
In the
have the
pond.
whore duck?
We do. Every one of Lummies is a whore duck.
Well,
Well, you named them all Lummies.
Well, I mean,
so.
brother,
I
you
think that's
saw. Remember
wild,
that
but I
one
think
time?
But I think that's the one time I saw this one white trash duck roll up in there.
Yeah, that's what they do.
And he was drowning her while he
Yeah.
was mating her.
Well, yeah, that's what you do.
Oh.
Face down, ass up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the
well,
water.
poor little thing. And then he got his, and then he just flew away.
That's how
Yep.
it works.
And then a new
Man,
one
that
comes
seems like
in.
being
Leave a dollar or something.
Nope.
Seems like being a male duck might be kind of pimp.
Yeah.
It is.
Male duck, you fly into a pond.
They have very aggressive penises.
Yeah,
You-
corkscrew wieners.
I've not
Sometimes
seen
they have barbs.
I've not seen the wieners.
Nice.
Have you?
You got to
now-
see an Argentinian duck. It has the longest penis in the world for its body size.
Really?
What?
I
thought
swear to
Dr.
God, it's a
Diop would claim to have
corkscrew. Well, maybe the duck is second. I don't know.
that. Dan, do you think out of all plastic surgeons in town, you're the most well hung?
Oh, definitely.
Right. You don't think Halpern's larger than you?
Oh well, he's from a different part of the world.
Does that mean?
Are Italians? You know,
Yep.
are you saying you're?
Italians are like the Uruguayans in the article you sent.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What nationality or ethnicity is Dr. Halpern?
I think he's Jewish, right?
He is.
Okay.
What are you trying to say?
I think.
Y'all picked up on
Here,
that one.
hold on. I'm going to step in for Dan and turn
He's
his
not
mic
trying to
off.
say a thing.
And Dan's not saying a goddamn thing, is what he's saying. That's the official rule. And his microphone is off.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to get him into what Jewish men's penis sizes are.
Oy vey, is all I have to
not
say.
doing any of that. I had a
Right.
brain injury at a young age.
Did you from what?
You didn't know that?
No.
I got hit by a car
Really?
when I was in 3rd grade.
Oh no.
And I got hit by a car. A woman hit me on my bicycle, and I had a hematoma, fractured skull, and a bruise on my brain.
Jesus.
And I was in. They took me to the Warsaw Hospital, but Warsaw Hospital. It was called Murphy's Medical Center, but we called it Murphy's Meat Market because it was just a small town, little hospital. Like, didn't have a lot of like if they could have babies and maybe get your broken arm, casted and like stuff like that. It wasn't,
Nothing major.
Everybody that really had any type of big time issue went to Fort Wayne, and they had Parkview Medical, and it was a big time huge
Facility.
bigger city facility. So they transported me to Parkview Hospital. They first took me to Murphy's Meat Market, and then at that point, Dan, they put me in an ambulance and took me to Fort Wayne based on whatever injuries I had.
Oh yeah, major head trauma.
So at one time when I was in the hospital, I think for 3 weeks.
That's scary.
And you could push. I think it's because I had a hematoma, but you could take the right side of my head and push it like it was sponge-like.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what a hematoma is?
Well, you had blood under the skin, yes, but you had probably an epidural hematoma with a skull fracture.
And my skull was fractured ear to ear.
That's crazy.
From here all the way around, ear to ear. My head, it was fractured. And the one thing, I don't know that they do this technique anymore. I'm sure they don't. But in order to, this was so traumatic on me that I started crying and I was flipping out because the doctor came in and described to my mom the test that they were going to run on me, and they didn't do it like in the hallway. They did it right in front of me, like what they were going to do. And what they had to do, Dan, is they were going to check for blood clots of the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And so at that time, and we're talking like 1973, 74, they shot needles in your neck and put dye. They would run dye through the various veins of your neck. So they shot your neck with like 4 different needles and 4 different color dyes for them, I guess, for it to circulate through your head, for them to do an x-ray.
It was called a pneumoencephalogram is what they did back then. And that's they actually putting dye, and sometimes they would put air in there to get a better picture of what they were looking at.
Now, I think I was either heavily sedated or under when they did that. Do you know what, do they put you under?
Both. Usually it was just sedated. Or sometimes people with head injuries are just out anyway. Well, they're not doing much.
Well, I was conscious. But
pneumoencephalogram.
I had a pneumoencephalogram, and as a kid, I didn't know they were going to put me under, or at least put me fuzzy. And I'm just hearing needles in your neck. That's all I'm hearing as a kid. I'm third grade.
Freak out.
And I'm hearing, and I think, Dan, that's what they do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they take your jugular and your main arteries of blood. How many different arteries do you have in your neck, Dan, that they shot me up with, you think?
It depends. I mean, there's a pair of carotids and there's a vertebral. So there's 3 major arteries.
And I think would it be uncommon for this?
The pneumoencephalogram, by the time I was in medical school, they stopped doing them because they were doing CAT scans and MRIs.
But in 74, they were doing...
that's all they had. All they had was a pneumo with like a PN, like pneumatic.
So I started crying immediately. I kind of had a panic attack. That might have been my first panic attack.
What a pussy. Oh, sorry.
Well, that's what Doug Clem said.
Oh, did he?
Doug Clem said.
Jeez, what a dick.
My mom, I was like, they're going to put needles in my neck. Oh, my God. What else is it? I mean, the toughest guy in the world's probably going to do that when he's in 3rd grade, isn't he?
Of course.
Yeah, it's scary. Come on. It's scary to get needles in the neck.
And so my dad's like, listen, you want to run around and not, and he said a word that you can't say today. You want to run around and be that? You want to be R? Or do you want to get this fixed? I can only imagine my health insurance. My dad went to. I hope this doesn't make my health insurance. Because I was on my dad's health insurance, right? And he was automatically worried about what it was going to do to his health insurance.
He might get it canceled.
Listen, did you ever hear? He slapped me, Dan. I was in one of those Halo gimmicks.
He slapped you when you were wearing a halo?
Hold on, wait till you hear this. So, I go in and they before they do this neck. What's it called? The neck dye deal?
The pneumoencephalogram.
So when they first put me there, they got me in this halo gimmick. So they don't want my head moving around. Okay? They don't want me going side to side and moving it all around and stuff like that. They want me because they want me to stay stable. And they don't have me in one of those. They have me like in one of those neck chin gimmicks that you can't move. Like one of those deals.
Okay, like a Colorado collar.
Yeah.
Denver collar.
And so I had to be in that the entire time. I don't know why, but I had to be in that damn thing entire because they didn't want me like moving my head all around. So I'm in one of those things, and it's like we're 2 days in, and I'm already sick and tired of hospital food.
Because it sucks.
Well, especially 1974 hospital food.
Yeah,
for real.
It sucks.
I think the Salisbury steak might have been the pigeons that they shot out back. It was the worst. Oh, my God. So by day 3, my mom, by the way, Doug never came to the hospital. He worked, and my mom stayed there with me 24/7. And our neighbors, Dixie, watched Tara.
Such a pimp.
Because that's what little neighborhoods did. Like
it takes a village.
Right, and I'm sure that there would be times like if Arlene had to leave, she sent you over to the neighbors, and the neighbors watched you kids for whatever, for the night or for the day or for whatever. So Dixie, who had 5 children of her own, she's now getting Tara ready for school. And, Tara's living with Dixie while my mom's up there with me. Well, my mom needed a break. Because, she just needed, they didn't have places for your mom to sleep. They didn't have beds. They had like a chair.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mom was sitting in a chair, for 3 weeks. Finally, so like 3 or 4 days into it, she's like, Bubba, I'm going to go home for a day and take care of Tara. And your dad's going to be here. And I was like, oh, no. And then, I almost started crying right there. And it was like, oh, Mom, please don't leave me. Please. And she's like, Dad, your dad's going to be here for just a day. And I'll be back. I got to take care of Tara. I haven't seen Tara for, however many days. Sissy needs me to. I'll be back. And when I come back, I'm going to sneak in McDonald's. You couldn't bring in McDonald's back then. Like,
Right.
you couldn't bring food into the hospital at all. They were real strict back in the 70s, man. So my mom promised me that, if I was, could sit through one day of Doug Clemness, I would get McDonald's when she came back. So I was just like, okay. So Doug rolls up in there, and they bring me this food. And I mean, like, breakfast was okay because it was like Frosted Flakes and like, a bagel and like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then lunch was like, they didn't really give you much lunch. And then dinner was supposed to be like the big high spot. Well, they brought me this stuff, and it was like green beans, but it wasn't good green beans. They were horrible green beans. And like, I don't like pears. Like, I like peaches, but I don't like hospital pears. They're the worst.
They're
please.
gross.
Or the ones submerged in like juice.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And if I was to eat a pear, like for instance, peaches, canned peaches, I prefer them to be cold, not warm.
Yeah.
Sure.
So they bring me these pears with these stupid-ass green beans and this stupid Salisbury steak deal. Well, I pick through it. I hate it. I'm like, I don't like this. My dad's, that doesn't work. That didn't work in his wheelhouse. He's like, I don't care if you like it or not. You're going to eat it. And I go, I'm not eating it. And like it was unheard of for me to speak that way back to Doug Clem. He's like, what? And I go, plus, I stooged Mom out too. I go, plus, Mom's bringing me McDonald's tomorrow. He's like, she is. You can't bring McDonald's into here, so I would suggest that you eat this. Well, I kind of pushed my tray away. And now, mind you, Dan, I'm in one of these.
You're in a C-collar.
I'm in one of these
Cervical collar.
Right. He rear backs and slaps me across the face. Now, I got a hematoma, a fractured skull, and a bruise on my brain, major head trauma. And he didn't give me like it was a little bitch slap. It was just like a.
You're in the hospital for head trauma.
Across my face. Well, the nurse happens to walk in and see it.
God.
And she sees it. And she cuts a promo on him. She goes, I'm telling you right now, you're lucky I don't call security and have you arrested for child abuse. He has a major. I was like, yeah. I was like, kind of right. Yeah, you tell her, bitch. He's like, he has major head trauma. The reason why he's in that collar is so that he doesn't have any side-to-side drastic movement. And you just did that? Are you kidding me? I'll tell you what your options are. Leave right now and don't let me ever see you back at this hospital. Which was great for me. Yeah. I mean, I almost had to take the bump so I didn't have to have him back. So they didn't call the police or anything. They just made him leave. Well, don't think that he didn't remind me of that all the rest of my life.
Did you get the McDonald's?
Yeah, I did. I got McDonald's. I had to spend the night by myself, which was okay. I mean, I think I was like 6, maybe 7. And Janie Cakes brought me in some, like a Happy Meal, and I was happy, But Doug Clem, I mean, they would arrest you nowadays, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Did your mom find out about that?
Oh, yeah, she found out about it. I told on him. I was like, Dad hit me. And then, that caused problems between them. And it's just a real bad moment. And then I think Doug hit me so he didn't have to come back.
I think he got kicked out of hospital on purpose.
Because he hated it. Because they only had like 2 channels, and he didn't, he hated it. He hated it because there's nothing for him to do.
Right.
And hospitals had that smell back then.
Oh, yeah, those are real hospitals back then. Ugh. So anyway, that's the Doug Clem deal. So Blitz maybe Sunday, okay?
Okay.
If you can bring your bike too, we can do both.
Oh, we just be a Sunday full of content now, could we not?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
See if we can jump the pool.
With what? Your bike?
The ramp.
Would you really want to do that? Or are you just talking out your ass again?
No, I would jump the pool.
You with what?
With my mountain bike.
Oh,
from where to where?
Side to side.
Did you hear Lummy just said, oh, Jesus, what a douche. Like, just when you just
Lummy
don't
even
think he gets
covered
any
his face.
douchier.
Let me face
Come on, Dr. Dan, you're going to get hurt.
Dan, you're not going to be. First of all, Steven's not going to let you Evel Knievel over your very own pool to potentially hurt yourself.
And he's going to build the ramp.
Do you think Dan could jump the pond?
And who's going to build the ramp? Who's going to build the ramp, Dan? You're talking out your ass, just like your helicopter. Just like your helicopter. You're just talking out your ass. You're talking out your ass,
If
Dan.
you've seen some of the jumps that Jay and I have gone over the years, you'll know that it's possible for me to do that.
It's not. It's
Absolutely.
not possible. It's not possible, and it's not permitted.
Okay.
Okay? But I feel as if I farted. I hope it doesn't smell. This one does smell. It's smelling here. And
What'd you eat last
the
night?
fan, tacos, and the
taco
fan
farts.
and the fan, Lummy, blows across me over the board, kind of waffling towards you, so you could catch a whiff of it.
I can't wait.
It's real acidy. And then I went for my standard poop this morning, and I just had little Barbie boots. I didn't have anything of significance, and I had a little blood in my in my stool. But you can tell blood that you have to be when you guys get a little older. You start pooping blood.
Okay.
And
Another one.
Another one.
Oh.
And another one.
Oh no!
I would put them into the mic, but that's
We don't want
No.
no. COVID just got cured. We don't need to start it again.
Yeah.
I mean, I got
Gonna start a new variant with that ass.
Yeah, it's my new exactly a new variant. The new variant. It came right from Bubba's ass. Every time I farted into the microphone, somebody has gotten COVID.
Yeah. Please don't fart.
So I'm not.
You said you swore you would never do it again.
And you haven't seen me I'm not playing around with that.
No, you haven't either.
And I appreciate that.
I'm not playing around with that.
It's not
I'm not very
funny.
superstitious, but man, pure I'm 2 for 2 on my. I mean, I'm 100%. Every time I farted into the microphone, somebody in a very quick time got COVID in my family, and either my family or my on-air family.
Right.
Somebody in this building got COVID.
Drops ill.
So, boy. But these farts, I don't fart this early in the morning. I went to do my daily poop, and it's just little Barbie boots, and then I had a lot of blood in my poop. And as you guys get older, you start being able to analyze the blood in your stool, and that is, if it's bright red, then you just blew out an O-ring. That was just like kind of a fissure, so to speak, upon
hasn't gone down the canal,
and you've pushed too hard. No, for real.
I know.
Like that's what it is. But if it's really, really the only blood you need
Dark
to be,
red.
that's what you need to be concerned about.
It's been there a minute.
It's kind of an internal thing.
Yeah.
Like you might have colon cancer or some type of polyp or something. But if you just got real bright red, that means you blew out that last seal. And if there's one thing, well, Lummy could probably attest to, the rectum heals quickly upon being dealt with trauma.
Yes, it does. Yes, very quickly.
Like I'll go to the bathroom and I'll blow out an O-ring and I'll have like quite a bit of blood in that.
Quite a bit of blood.
Well, like I'll poop, like it'll be completely red.
What?
No, hold on. My paper, my toilet paper will be completely red. And then the next wipe, it's not very much, and then the next wipe, it's done. But then the next time I go to the bathroom, there's no blood. Like my internal O-ring healed itself up. And so.
Well, we know what happened to the space shuttle.
Yeah, when my internal O-rings are going to ignite.
Yeah.
And blow off my.
Go at throttle up.
And blow out my rocket booster. Lummy gets his rocket booster blown out every few days, and I think that.
And he's just fine.
I think your fuselage repairs itself nicely.
Oh, yes, very quickly. Now, do you usually get that when you pass those cables ever?
No, it's usually when I feel like I got to go, but it's not a real you got to go.
You force it.
Bubba's a paper tiger with his bunghole. No, I'm not. There's been a lot of, probably a lot. Well, no, there's been a lot of. My rectum has a lot of miles on it, and I'm not talking. My rectum has a lot of exit miles.
Right, one way only.
And I'm sure it has got a few tenths of a mile in that way.
Okay.
Well, I've had
prostate checks.
I've had probably 3 prostate checks. I've had a colonoscopy.
Right, yeah, that counts.
And maybe, over how long have I been sexually active? Since I was 18. So I'm going to be 56 minus 18. I got 38 years of stuff.
40.
Over 38 years, there's been a finger or two.
Yeah, things slip.
Yeah, a thing slip. So, I was a little concerned this morning because my early morning bowel movement was very blood infused, but
what kind of red though?
Very, very, very bright.
Okay.
McDonald's faced red.
Oh.
I texted Drew a couple weeks ago. He's He's battling. I mean, the real Drew Garabo. He's
not good.
Poor guy is
gotten worse since then. Even
I think maybe in my text exchanges that I had with him, I think he's optimistically thinking that they turned the corner and he might be getting some relief.
Well,
I don't know.
There's been an update since then.
Yeah, his tweets have not been the best.
Oh, that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's changed recently.
What is
more chemo? They found other stuff. Lymph nodes not doing good.
I really like that guy. And you know when he had to talk some smack about me, it was just because he had to. It was the company
kind of policy.
Is it edict?
Yeah.
Did I get it right on it?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's go into commercials with that. I feel so goddamn good about it. It was kind of the company edict to kind of,
You had to jump on board. If you weren't with us, you were against us.
Poor Will just knows Anna. And he's almost out the door. They call him Mr. Bubba Army. Poor guy hadn't done nothing. First of all, I've never met Will in my entire life. I'm not interested in hiring him. I'm not interested in causing him any problems. He's respectfully one of my very dear co-hosts' best friend. Mm-hmm. That's the only association I have with him.
Yeah, and he has nothing against you. He doesn't.
But the guy's not even allowed to have. We're not even he might get they're screwing with him just based on that we kind of have a common friend. Right?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know Will.
I think it was a hashtag that he hashtagged BTLS because I was obviously on the show and he hashtagged the bone and he thought that was fair to put BTLS and there was a big problem with that.
You know what? I got to tell you this, Keith Lawless. And Blitz, you got to go into zippers right after I say this.
Okay, I'll be ready.
This is a zipper.
Okay.
How about this, Keith Lawless? You want to really reinvent the bone? Bring me back.
Whoa.
Really? I mean, life is pro wrestling. Radio, the one thing that radio has lost is the entertainment pro wrestling showbiz aspect of it. Anybody can do a talk show. But who is the greatest talk show guy you ever had on your frequency? And you sued me and you killed me and you ran me off and you besmirched me but hey, listen, it's business. It's strictly business. Hire me back. Dear Bone, you want to fix your problem? Go back to the original lineup. Put me in mornings. Even though I hate him and he's the scum of the earth, put him back to afternoons. Put Cowhead back to afternoons. Put Drew in middays if he makes it. And put Roger and JP at night. That's how you fix the bone. We'll let bygones be bygones. We don't have to like each other. How about that? Hey, Jackson, make that whole Bubba has a proposal for how to fix the bone. 10,000.
Drew Garabo, 20,000 bits. And Kerry O'Neill, 10,000 bits.
Thank you for the beautiful day today.
I was explaining on what Barp was, too, they
got
the break.
$2,400 total donation to the show in one fiscal year. Our fiscal years are like September 1 to September 1. Boom, $2,400 by any means. PayPal, Twitch, stars on Facebook, Super Chat on YouTube, straight PayPal Willie, various cool stuff like Super Fat Bubba Light bought us a $900 Dyson and a bunch of other stuff.
So nice, thank you.
Stuff that we need, not just knickknacks, tchotchkes. But Jackson, make that a video. We'll circulate that around. Maybe the Apollo people will be like, that's not a bad idea. Kill them with kindness. Right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. So make that a video, Jackson, immediately.
You've tried everything else. Why not try this?
I don't need it. And here's the time. They hire you back when you don't need them.
Yep.
And you don't care about it.
Yep.
And I don't need you. I care about you. I don't think I can really do anything else. I'm so late. So, Blitz, we'll be back on YouTube and Facebook live exclusively here in about 20 minutes.
Sounds
and
good.
Blitz, I apologize in advance for all the technical issues today. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I'll get them fixed.
Okay. Hit our outro. And we will see you over at YouTube and Facebook in about 20, 25 minutes.
Bye.
See you later. How much of a pain in the ass was yesterday's fix?
It wasn't too bad.
Okay. Technically, like, can you tell us what it was, or is it just we wouldn't understand? Certainly, I wouldn't.
I don't know why it started working.
Oh, it's the best fix.
I mean, basically, it was rebooting stuff.
You said you don't know why it started work or why
Correct.
it stopped.
I don't know what exactly
You
fixed.
rebooted it.
I rebooted
We
all
just
this,
turned it on and off, Bubba. Let me explain this to you. Just turn it on and off.
and then I unplugged like 40 cables,
And you
plugged them
blew
all
on
back.
it.
Yep, plugged them all back back in.
See, worked.
Reset everything.
And then
twice.
That probably is the reason why you went for a 18.5 mile an hour bike ride. You're like, I got this done quick. Let's go for a goddamn bike ride.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't start riding until like 5:30 or 6.
In the afternoon?
Yeah.
I was already asleep.
I thought you were waking up because you had some planes in the air flying over you all night long.
Let's not talk about that.
Sorry.
God, she's dumb.
Oh, sorry.
Think about Blitz, what she just said,
Yeah.
and
I
think
know.
about how dumb she is.
I know.
Yeah.
Now you feel stupid, don't you?
I do, yeah. Sorry.
Now you're like, oh, God.
I'm like, oh no.
I did the sports show yesterday, and I was trying to find Blitz, and
I can see it in your face, Anna. You're like really bummed out on yourself.
Yeah, I am.
Like,
I am.
God, it's a rookie. Goddamn rookie.
Yeah,
move.
yeah. I'm trying to.
Just
shift
you know
gears.
what that was? That
Huh.
was a Dan. I just want to hear myself talk over some stupid stuff. I'm not thinking about what I'm saying. I'm just going to blurt out.
Yeah,
Because I like
that
to
was
hear
pretty
my
bad.
whiny little Jewish voice on the air.
Yep, I'm so sorry.
Piss me off.
I know, sorry.
This is borderline race baiting.
That's what he's always been doing.
Kids came up to me and were like, "Why are you ugly?" Like,
People to me,
kids
why are you
sure
fat?
just suck.
Why are you
Why do you-
fat?
Why are your lobes so big?
Why
you
do
don't
you
think
wear-
that was problematic for me and
Why
things
do
I
you
still
wear-
struggle with?
Why do you wear Sears Huskies?
Exactly. Why are you so poor?
Why do you have double patches on your knees? That's what Sears Huskies is. Why do you have to wear ice skates with 2 blades? Why can't you do the monkey bars? Because fat kids can't do the monkey
No.
bars. Our arms aren't strong enough to hold us up.
Strong or long?
Why can't you climb the rope at Penn PE? Man, the white trash like Wesley LaRue and Harold Marcelette Blitz, they could go right up there. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh, Clem, why are you ringing the bell?
Well, but Clem couldn't go up the rope too good. I was a base. I
Why
had
do
to
you have
hold
2
the bottom.
lunches? Sorry.
Remember yesterday? I got to be kind of I got to be kind. Oh, sorry, Papa.
Oh,
sorry.
there we
Papa.
go.
I forget, bud.
It might eventually get repurposed, by the way, but not anytime soon.
Yeah, sure. It's whatever Blitz wants. I could care. I'm done fighting him. It's easier just to go along. I feel your pain on him.
Thank you.
I want to use it as more content.
Content is king, kid.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I need to spread it.
So anyway, we need to spread. Anna, don't just throw out that you're going to start doing salad reviews and then don't do them.
I'm gonna do them.
Just
Hall
like,
of Famer Iggy McGillicuddy get
I
the
would
10
never do
subs.
that.
thank you, Hall of Fame Iggy McGillicuddy. Which I'll get. I mean, Iggy, I may be calling you here after I speak with Big Red and my big multi-million-dollar studio remodel. Trying to turn this into a television facility. So remember yesterday, and I got to be careful. I kind of half-assed threw a little Iggy out there. Remember when I said, "Oh, well, maybe maybe we could maybe end up back there, and they do this and they do that."
Yeah.
There's a little more truth than that than I thought. I got a phone call from somebody yesterday that says that there's a lot of problems over there, and that was nothing that anybody would ever have considered unless I had not brought it up, and there was a conversation about it over there. And so I don't know if it was a conversation of that. No, what can you believe that idiot would even think that? Which could be. I'm not going to sit here and say that the conversation was necessarily locked into, oh my God, let's bring Bubba back. Like, I'm not saying that was it. But from my little source said that once we threw out, or I threw out, potentially, that they're like, oh my God, we didn't even, would he? Can we? Oh my God, that would be very disruptive. And I can't tell you the last time that Tampa radio had anything disruptive. Can anybody tell me that's in the studio here with me now over there, Blitz? Like all of us are very familiar with probably the most disruptive thing that happened in Tampa radio was the fact that Miguel and Holly left.
That's exactly what I was going to say as a joke.
Yeah, I mean, but that's also not only a joke, but it's very true. Like that's the last thing anybody was talking about.
I know.
Nobody talks about anything that's happening in Tampa radio. There's nobody that says, "Hey, did you hear on the such and such show today that they had a?" And then they just
they're taking 97X away and they're going to put it on a translator and online only.
Yeah. No, but you don't think the return of me to that station wouldn't be about probably maybe even bigger news, Blitz, than when I came back to that station initially in 2008?
Absolutely.
Hall of Famer Iggy McGillicuddy get to 14 subs.
You know, probably the most disruptive things I've done in Tampa radio-wise was when I first got signed here, nobody knew me. So but then when I went to 98 Rock, that was pretty much a big thing. And then when I went to Then Clear Channel fired me, and I sat out for 6 years? From 04 to 4 years. 4 years. From 04 to 08. And then Cox brought me back to do Mornings on the Bone. Then they fired me. And then I came back with Beasley, but that wasn't really that big of news because people knew I'd be back. But I've been gone now, 6 years? 6 years. Has it been 6? Yeah. Well, I'm not,
Since
obviously
16.
AM 820 we're on, and I'm not trying to make this disrespectful to Bruce or anybody. I'm just doing some recollection of my FM days. I got 16. I got fired. Beasley fired me in December of 16. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. Yeah, we're going on 6 years. It'll be 6 years in December. And so, Blitz, if Cox brought me back in the mornings after all of the crap storm that has happened between us, I mean, not only am I coming back, but I'm coming back to the place that originally fired me, that hated me, but I mean that would be huge. It would be probably the first time that television actually covered something in radio since, I don't know, the last time I got fired. You don't see anything on local media about radio. Radio in Tampa sucks. There's nothing going on. I mean, there's nothing. Anna, you're a radio enthusiast. Blitz, you're a radio enthusiast. Lummy, is there anything that you just jump in your car like, oh my God, this guy's show's on. I got to make sure I don't miss it.
No, not in Tampa.
Except for maybe us.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, so anyway, and Bruce, listen, I don't think this is going to happen. I really don't. I hope that you're not upset with me. That potentially, if that offer would come by, I probably would take it. But I think there's about a 97.5% chance of that not having any chance at all, and that this is just nonsensical speaking from me and nonsensical potentially thinking of them. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but there might be too much damage that either one of us I can work with anybody. I mean, Blitz, didn't I even go on record by saying I don't even demand that you get rid of anybody. Just shuffle people around.
Yeah.
Just put me in the morning. I don't care.
Latest comment.
So anyway, I thought, Anna, it would be interesting to know. I know that you have some friends over there that if they heard if indeed my person that told me was correct in the fact that it is a little bit of a scuttlebutt over there right now. See if you can do a little sniffing around with that.
I will try to do some sniffing around
with that big nose of yours.
Thank you. I feel like the people that I'm in contact with would not be privy to that information.
Yeah.
But I will
And
ask
in fact,
around.
I think that, in actuality, I don't even know that I would even ask because maybe asking might get them in trouble.
I think you can do some undercover undercover asking. I don't think that's a problem.
But let's say that we're not doing undercover asking. That way they're not suspecting undercover asking, even though we're undercover asking.
Right.
Big Red just heard the hot mic.
Yeah, Big Red's like, wow, that's going to be a big plan.
I told him, I said, nah, a couple hours at the most.
No, it's a big.
Oh.
It's a big plan.
Oh, oops.
Especially, Blitz, now do I take the shower out? And, you know.
I mean,
I know it's tough to let go of the shower because we think of naked women in there with their boobies rubbing against the glass, but I think maybe that ship has sailed.
The shower itself, I don't really care about.
Yeah?
I just don't know how much more you'd get by that. If the back wall but where the stairs go down,
right?
If you could move that too, but you really, you can't move that really.
And here's where what I'm most worried about. By the way, Big Red, I wish you would have listened to the show right at 6.
Yeah, Big Red.
Because I went through this whole big thing I want to do, and it's a huge job.
Yeah,
Big Red.
He just said, "Oh, he's just said, oh, F me."
Oh yeah, oh F you running.
He has no idea.
No. But now, Blitz.
Lummy's laughing.
Blitz. My only problem is, where do I put the Hall of Fame?
We can find places for the Hall of Fame.
You sure?
Oh yeah.
And maybe but the Hall of Fame has to be in the studio. Like, we can't put it out by the green room, or has to be in the studio.
Well,
I'm thinking we can maybe put it over.
I mean, technically, we could put it behind you on either side of that TV. Up a little higher.
You mean
just focus some lights on it?
Or we could put it in the corner. I don't know.
Like above the door?
I don't know. We're going to have to think.
There's plenty of room for it.
Yeah.
That's like kind of the least of the problems, really.
But nonetheless, the Hall of Fame has to be torn down.
No, it has to be moved.
Yeah, moved. And do those 2 TVs have to be moved?
Probably.
I don't think.
Depends on what all you're looking to build.
It depends on if you can incorporate them into what I'm building, right?
Correct.
All right. Phew. I know, Big Red. And you know what, Big Red? I can be told no, too. Well, not really. But I'm just saying. I can't be told no. I really need this project done because I think it will be huge. Huge. Just like my chicken sandwich review and Honest soon-to-be salad review.
Yep.
Huge. We're in the content business.
Bad news. Big Red just slipped and tore his shoulder.
Yeah.
What he said.
I got Eggy.
He threw himself down some stairs.
I got a creatine, Travis.
No, he slipped down the stairs. He broke his ankle.
Yep. Helicopter.
Well, I got people. Big Red will be fun. It may not even be that big of a deal. Like,
no,
it might.
It's no big deal.
It's really not that big of a deal.
No.
I mean, it's pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, it's too bad we didn't think about this when we were building the stage the second time around.
Bubba, what if you put the Hall of Fame, if you closed in the shower, if you do get rid of the shower, close off that window and just have them layered right there on that wall?
Yeah, well, that wall might be
down
of it might be seen on what I'm trying to do.
I gotcha.
That might be a focal point of what the thing I'm doing.
Oh, I meant the one closest to Blitz.
Oh,
the side one.
Yeah, we could close in the the glass, and put the Hall of Fame on that wall.
Have them just go down that wall.
Yeah, just down that wall. I think that's what we do with one TV. Like if
put it where now?
Like right into your right, Blitz.
Like
Kevin's
Law.
Blitz.
See where it says Kevin's Law?
Yeah.
Okay. Fill all that in, and then put at the very top above a television that says Hall of Fame, and then the rows of people just go straight down there. Boom, 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 boom. And you could even do it, Lummy. Look, to the left of that sign.
Yeah. You can continue.
And Blitz, do we even really need? Let me ask you a question, and I know you're going to say yes, we do need it. And if you do need it,
I do. That's why I'm moving my whole area.
You need the glass, don't you? You got to be able to see in here.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And I knew that, buddy. But you don't need that glass that's affixed to the shower now, do you?
No.
Right. The wall. I'm talking about the wall that's Kevin's thing's leaning against. That wall means nothing to you.
No.
Right. Perfect.
I mean, that'll all go away though, right? If you
If I put the Hall of Fame there, yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna leave like where the shower's at? You're just gonna close it off?
I'm going to leave the one window that faces the stage. I'm going to leave the shower as a shower, and then I'm going to have an insert where I can pull this wall off, and there's the shower. Yeah, don't worry about it. I got it.
Okay.
Oh, you're going to cover the window, the pretty much the glass.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant like tear it all out so we could use that as part of the stage.
No. Just cover it up.
Oh, okay.
So we're back to one day then.
Oh, it's
maybe
if.
two.
If. You can get us canceled off of Facebook. You can get us canceled off of Twitch. You can get me canceled off of Florida Man Radio. But you can't cancel me on Bubba Army Radio. Woo! So that means I'm going to get extra dirty today.
Hell yeah. Let those racial slurs fly, baby.
No, not real. Whoa, we don't
Oh,
do that
no?
stuff
Oh,
here.
sorry.
Blitz, is it Blitz?
What?
Is it me or is she just danning it up today with a lot of irresponsible stuff? Help me out, kid.
Yeah, it's bad.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show practices healing through humor, consisting of hyperbolic statements and parody on the backside, including the use of disclaimers to cover their collective asses.
You know, I'm talking to some people, and one of the concerns could potentially be my crew. Have you ever, boy, I just mind screwed you. Did I not?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What if they said to me, we like you, but we have a problem with one of your people. We'll bring you back, but not her. Whew, what would I do?
What would I do?
Yeah. With outbursts like that, which just solidifies a problem you had with them to begin with. Mm. You freaked out right now? Are you mad at me?
No, I'm never mad.
Are you mad at me?
No.
You freaked out?
A little.
Should be.
Okay.
Blitz, I'm thinking, you want to really blow your mind now, Chris. You ready?
Okay.
With my new studio remodel.
Yep.
With the Get Fresh crew.
Mm-hmm.
Quite extensive. Do I add to the stage or do I tear it all out?
Oh.
I mean,
he's like a madman over there.
No, what I'm saying is like there's a point there where our end result we want to be a certain way.
Yes.
Do you get that end result better by adding to the stage or ripping it all out?
So here's the thing. If we were starting from zero, I would say absolutely rip out the stage.
Right.
The problem is that side door would now be 3 or 4 feet in the air.
Oh, you're right.
The stage stuff.
Yep.
The backdrop would all have to be extended down.
You're right.
So
you're exactly right.
So
see, that's why I needed to ask you, buddy.
Yeah. So technically, like I agree, it would actually be better without a stage there. But by removing the stage now, there'd be way more work to do.
So again, the lesser work would be to add to than to tear out.
Yep.
Right. I agree. Anna, you're sitting over there. Oh, what's dear God? Is that what you say sometimes?
Oh, dear God.
When that's you.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That's how you've been rolling today. Oh, dear God. Usually you're saying that in some like, gasping type thing that you're seeing but that's you today. Oh, dear God. You opened up by letting out a really strong K5. Right? I mean,
yeah, I'm still kicking myself in the ass for that, for sure.
Rookie Green Hornet.
I screwed up big time. And that's exactly what went through my mind.
Yeah,
Bubs.
just a complete rook, like not knowing how to work.
Hey, I apologize. That was totally my bad. That's stupid.
No, well, first of all, everything you've said stupid today is your bad. Okay?
Yeah, of course.
The whole thing is.
I take credit. Not credit. I take blame for all of it.
And you come back with like a racial deal earlier on. Listen, just kiddings don't work. And then now this just now, which I just forgot what you just said.
That was the racial thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop with the racial thing. Just because you're Jewish doesn't mean you can be mean to black people.
What? I never said anything about black people.
Well, you didn't have to.
It was implied.
So Brother Kevin texted me, says, I know Anna doesn't like African Americans.
Don't get me started on Kevin.
Don't get me started on you, bitch.
I know. Are you mad at me?
No.
Okay.
Just disappointed.
Oh, that's worse.
Thank you, Anna.
Yeah. Do you want your cake? Or you want to save that for later?
Why are you trying to be all? Hey, Blitz, I'm a little uncomfortable how sexual.
Yeah,
she's
I know.
talking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anna?
I don't understand what that's about.
Well, you
I
Marilyn
was
Monroe now?
I was more just trying to whisper.
Blitz,
Yeah.
can you step in and help me out here and say, "Bitch, quit talking so sensual
I
to
was
my
just
boss"?
I was just trying to whisper.
Blitz, you know it's bad when I, as the
Back
boss,
it down, ho.
Sorry.
when I, as the boss, have to come to
So
you and say,
sorry.
"Can you back this bitch down on me,
Sorry.
little bitch?
Hey, Bubba.
Give me a boner."
Bubba. Hey, Bubba.
What's I got a boner on that
Oh,
deal?
sorry.
All of a sudden, Blitz is mad.
You're
Oh,
gonna
you
get
got
a boner when you see the cake.
You got a boner.
I worked real hard on it, Bubba. There was a cake caper yesterday.
Hold on, what happened?
Oh, there was cake. There were several cake
happened?
capers. Well, here's the thing. You know, I've recently taken up being a domestic goddess, right?
Me?
Oh, you
Yeah.
made this
No,
cake?
Yeah,
you?
I made this cake.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
don't
hold
worry.
on.
There's
You-
nothing gluten or healthy about it.
Hold on. You have become more than that. Well, hold on. First of all, you are getting mass quantities of Blitz's D.
Yes.
2, you are in a relationship.
Yes.
3, borderline love, if I was to be honest with you. If we're
Oh,
going to break
wow.
this down.
Yeah.
4,
Huh.
you've really come out of your shell on a lot of different things. And
Yeah.
I think that shell or seal was broken by Blitz's penis.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Blitz.
Sure was. Just give him all the credit.
I will. And
Anything that I've ever achieved in my past, present, and future is because of Blitz.
well, no.
I'm glad you recognize that. I really
Yes.
appreciate that.
But he is the nitrous oxide that we're throwing on an already high performance motor.
Exactly.
You know,
Couldn't
Bush-
have said it better myself.
That's exactly what she was
Blitz,
thinking.
You're like her push to pass. You know what I'm saying?
Push
Yeah.
She needs
pass.
a little. Pew, she needs
Yeah.
a little spurt.
Yeah.
You get 86 of those at a race.
He helps me with my horsepowers.
So, you pulled one out of your. First of all, you are weird. You don't like to cook. You don't like to bake.
No,
you don't-
I hate it.
You eat weird. You're a vegetarian.
Oh yeah, real weird.
You
Real weird.
right. Salads. Don't eat meat. like
Nope.
nothing with a head or a butthole.
Yup.
Just all kinds of deals.
That includes mollusks.
And so, you were invited to Easter at the Diacos,
Yes.
and you pulled off arguably the best dessert of the whole entire deal.
Sure did.
Everybody was raving about your
Yep.
gimmicks.
I think
chocolate balls.
I don't want to make any assumptions, but I think I may have been the only one that brought a homemade dessert. Brought 2 actually. One of them no one liked, except for Blitz. God bless him. But the other one was a hit.
I finished it last night.
You did?
Hello, who's
oh,
that?
it makes me so,
So
happy.
good.
Hi, who's this?
Hey, it's Track Meat. Sorry to bother you, but literally last night I got home. My wife bought that thing that Anna bought for you, and I'd get gimmicked up after work as such other people do for when they get home and go to bed. But
Such
that
as U.S.
thing
Americans?
is Awesome. Yes, us such as Americans in the U.S. But no, man, that thing literally is legit. My wife turned it on the fast mode. I was like, no, you got to slow that down, slow it down. But it is
Awesome.
literally awesome.
I
Bubba.
can't wait.
super
I'm
excited.
hooking it up
Yeah.
tonight when I'm going to get my. We'll get crazy.
That's the same thing I told my wife. I said, we need one for the room. She says, I'm ordering it. But I'll let you guys go.
Hey, man,
Thank you, Track Me.
Thank you, Track Me.
I appreciate that.
Thank
the
you.
review, the 5-star.
So,
Yeah.
Anna, you feeling cocky because you had this unbelievable chocolate ball dessert that you took to the
Yes.
Diaco Easter soiree. Everybody
Yes.
was just.
It was a hit.
You, and,
it was.
and I'll tell you, you brought one to me, and I was like, of course, I wanted to take a shiz on it because you made it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Last time you made something for me, I had diarrhea for 3 days.
So sorry.
We all did.
But
Yeah.
needless to say,
Ice cream cake.
those
got really
those
rotten in the
peanut
freezer.
those
It
peanut,
did. It was
After
rotten.
3 days.
those peanut butter ball gimmicks you made. I wouldn't be mad if you would have made some more of those today.
I know, but I'm trying new things.
All right,
I'm trying
so
new things.
So what happened with the cake?
Oh my God,
Dr.
Bubba.
Danny Yako Esquire said happy birthday, Bubba.
hi, Danny.
You just think that certain things aren't going to be complicated, and then you just get thrown curveball after curveball after curveball. Yeah, so I made you a chocolate turtle poke cake.
Wow.
Yes.
I've
Hold
never
on.
eaten a turtle before.
Yeah. And I thought I could pull it off, and I almost
So a
didn't.
chocolate turtle
Poke cake.
polk cake.
Poke.
So you poke holes in it, and then you pour condensed milk in,
Oh,
and
that
it
sounds
seeps
like
in the
something.
holes.
It sounds like something Tara should like. Somebody with that type of
Yeah, but I didn't foresee a lot of the problems that came my way. First off, the box on the cake mix tells you to cook it at 350. You shouldn't do that. You should do it at 325. Why do you ask? Because the edges cook too fast, and then the middle doesn't, and so the middle rises. So when I pulled out the cake, it looked like a big fat loaf, and I'm like, well, that's not going to work. So then I had this big loaf, and the edges were burnt, and I didn't want you to be like, ew, these edges are crispy and burnt. So I had to trim them off. No problem.
Oh, you
Big
didn't go buy more cake batter and try it again?
No.
Oh, of course not.
Please, no. This is a perfectly good cake. I just had to trim the edges. So I trimmed the edges.
Hold on. So you got this cake.
Yeah.
and you get it out, and you have to now trim the edges to make it look presentable.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
on the edges, it's like, no joke, it's like less than an inch thick. And then in the middle, it's like 3 inches thick. So I'm
Okay.
like, oh, Jesus. So I didn't make
So you made a
loaf of
cake
bread.
loaf.
Yeah, I made a cake loaf, but I didn't mean to make a cake loaf. And I'm like, well, how did this happen? So I look online, and they're like, you got to hit the pan because the air bubbles. I didn't know there were any goddamn air bubbles. And I didn't know you had to, like, even out the batter.
Man,
I
look
just
at
thought it was
the
fine.
ins and outs of being a domesticated chick. You might want to just go back to being, not a domesticated.
Yeah, I was thinking about it after this. So I trim the edges and I'm like, fine. So then I start poking holes. The holes are all like seeping in. It's caving in. I'm like, oh, great. All right, no
you
problem.
start finger mushing it at that point?
No,
Just sort of
I poke it. Everything was very sanitized. Everything was very
I know.
sanitized.
You're a very clean person.
Yes. And then in the directions, it's like, oh, just open the condensed milk and just pour it over the cake and it'll seep into the holes. Well, false, because when you open condensed milk, it's basically just like molasses. So it's just a thick pudding. So I went, oh, dear God, what am I supposed to do with this? So then I put it in the microwave and I start heating it up, minute, then I mix it up and then another minute and then I mix it up and then I pull it out and I'm like, I took a sniff, I took a little smell. And I went, that smells weird as hell. And then I look online. I'm like, did I just spoil this by putting it in the microwave? So I look it up. I'm like, can you put condensed milk in the microwave? I don't know. But then I was just like, whatever. Everyone's industrial strength. We'll just get over it. If anyone gets sick, it's fine. No big deal. So then
That's always a great outlook to have, Blitz, while you're bringing food into the coworkers. If everybody gets sick, it's just fine.
It's fine. We'll push
the worst
through
is
it.
the fact that you know that people might get sick and you still brought it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
I'm
no
just like, listen, we made it through COVID. It's fine. No
Sure,
one
right.
farted in the
Yeah,
mic.
right.
We're good.
Right.
So then I pour it over and I'm like, all right, fine, no problem. So then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to refrigerate it for an hour before you put frosting on. So I put it in the refrigerator. I put some foil over it.
Sure.
Right? No problem. I had to cover it. Want to keep it sanitized.
Right.
Then I go.
And keep it moist.
Yeah.
Not dry out.
Right. Then I go to the gym, come back out, and I peel the foil off. Well, because it's a goddamn loaf cake, it starts, with like blackheads when you put that adhesive strip on.
Yeah, you start like pouring.
Yeah, so I pull out all the pores with the condensed milk, and I went, oh, dear God, that's not supposed to happen either.
No.
So then I had to like scrape it off, do all that stuff, and then finally I frosted it, but then I didn't have anything to cover it because I didn't want to smash
we would have
it.
been videotaping this, man. This would have been unbelievable.
Yeah. So then
Baking with a Jewish goddess.
Yeah. And then I couldn't put foil over the cake now because it's too high and it'll mess up all, the things I wrote on it and stuff and all the decorations. So then I had to find this thing. It didn't work. So then I called Reagan. I'm like, hey, can I borrow this thing? She's like, yeah, no problem.
When you say, you talking about a dildo? You talking about a Hitachi?
No, it's like this cover, this plastic cover.
Like a Tupperware gimmick?
Yeah, but it doesn't really fit. So I just kind of put it over and wrap foil around it. But listen, everything's fine. It worked out.
Yeah, it sounds fine. It sounds great.
Yeah, but
Can't wait to have some cake.
A lot of
Now,
unforeseen issues.
Are you gonna eat any of it?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat it at 10. When I finish
you're gonna eat it at 10.
Yeah.
After we eat it and we don't die.
Right.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure everyone's okay.
Right. Now, where is this project? Where is this thing?
It's in the fridge.
All right. Well, you want to bring it to me?
I do.
How
And
about
then she got you 2 bags of blow pops. Blow pops, Bubs.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll be giving those to the homeless guys down the street.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, I like blow
Sometimes,
pops.
you know what would be kind of hot? Maybe on Bubba 199 if you have like the
Oh.
chicks with the lollipops and they're
Oh
like,
my God! Yes.
blow pops.
Blitz is
Yeah, you're welcome.
sucking on a sucker illegal. You never know on
No.
Twitch. As long as they're not acting like it's like they're just they just got Anna.
Yes.
Would you put a sucker in right now? Just put a sucker in.
Oh, can I just put it with the wrapper?
No, can I have a blow pop, Bubba? I love
Lummy,
blow
it's
pop.
not the same with you.
I know,
You're
I just want one, though.
break my fast.
I just want
I don't want
one.
to break my fast.
Oh, are you kidding me?
But look. Look.
No, not with the wrapper. It's not the same.
Depends on who the rapper is.
You want one, Lumps?
Oh, that's okay with Bubba? It's his birthday present.
No, I don't. No, Lummy can't have one.
Okay.
No, I'll save it for
I
later.
think we should. Lummy has to.
That'd be
All
kind
right,
of
but
hot.
Lummy, you have one.
What kind of flavor do you want, Lumps?
You get one too. Everybody gets a blow pop.
I'll take original.
Original?
Because there's probably some guys that are watching the show that would be turned on by it.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to
I mean,
cover all our bases.
What if we do
You
have
go.
a couple of gay men that are turned on
Or
by
the
us?
catch.
Right in the head, Lummy.
Lummy, there might be some.
Bounce off of Lummy's
There might
head.
be some gay people be like, God, I want Lummy.
I'm a big bear.
Yeah, he's a bear.
So
There might be some cubs out there.
keep those here because the girls that are going to be here tonight, which I don't know what the girl. I think we got. I don't know.
OFF, not a fan.
Yep. Merch quick.
Merch quick.
Reagan's coming.
Reagan. Tease. Is Wizzy coming?
Where are you coming?
Who?
Wizzy's coming.
Hall of Fame Wizzy.
Hall of Fame, Heather Wizzy.
All right. So yes, all the girls have to have
Suckers.
blow pops.
Yeah.
Blow pop. Lummy, you're already eating it.
I thought you said I could because of all the cubs that are going to be watching me.
I want you to suck on it.
Oh, I'm sucking on it.
Not eat it. Don't
Oh,
eat.
no, I'm
Don't
not
get
eating
down
it.
to
Bite it.
Don't get to the bubble gum in
I'm
the
not
middle
yet. I like sucking on it.
Okay.
I need to get that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What else do we have here?
And last but certainly not least,
Lummy, you don't have to suck it that way. Just keep it in your mouth and swirl around. It doesn't have to be No, I don't need it piston-like. You hear me? Say it. Not piston-like.
Not piston like. I like rubbing it around on my lips.
Well, then do that. But that's not pistoning yourself.
Sorry.
Okay.
Around the rim, if you will.
Rim your gums. Just don't piston.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Anna.
And she got you a cookie cake.
Oh, that's so nice.
These are
Lummy,
delish.
stop. Lummy, just put it in your mouth.
I mean, taking away from the Globies of Globes' gift.
Thank you, Globius. A Globus for my...
God, you're sucking.
Okay, so cookie cake.
Yes, a cookie cake. It's a giant cookie.
Thank you, Lisa, so
Isn't
much.
that so sweet?
Lisa, next time, 20 minutes alone with you at the Christmas party would be great.
Nice.
Have those globes out. Oh, I'd do pig in a blanket with her so much. She's the most pig in a... She might be my pig in the blanket crush girl.
What's the opposite of pigs in a blanket?
What you have?
I know, that's what I'm saying. What would that be called?
2x4 on a piece of bone.
Yeah.
On a bone.
Against cement.
Wiener on a bone.
Wiener on cement.
Wiener on a curb.
Wiener on the grill.
Wiener on the Weber. A wiener on a Weber. A wiener on a Weber.
What's a Weber?
A grill.
A real hard grill.
Oh, man.
Real flat grill.
Oh, man.
Wiener on a Weber instead of pigs in the blanket. That'd be the funniest thing I heard all day. Lummy, if we were to give the Globius a globe that action, it's called what?
Pigs in a blanket.
Right. If we were to give that type of action to Anna, what's it called?
Weber on the grill.
Oh my
Wiener
God!
Wiener on the Weber. Even I know my own insult, you idiot.
My lollipop. Wiener on the Weber.
Bob's. Sometimes I don't know how you deal with this.
Oh, listen! Don't come over here yesterday. Wiener on the web.
Oh no! Lummy is dumber than I thought.
I'm just enjoying the sucker.
No! Oh no! Wiener on the Weber.
Yeah, Wiener on the Weber.
No, 4 times.
Not
now.
Weber on the grill.
Oh no! Yeah, not
Weber
Weber
on the grill.
On the grill.